Thank you, Mr. Chair. First and foremost, I wanted to clarify my comments when I said shady fiscal note, because our nonpartisan staff takes their job very seriously. They do an excellent job. I've had no issues with our nonpartisan staff, even in cases of political disagreement. When I said shady fiscal note, what I meant in the blue book, it just in a sentence says there will be an increase in spending. So how that note was put forward, that was put forward in the blue book. I don't know who put the blue book together, but there was obviously no attempt to fully flesh out how much that cost would be, even though we had the resources to do that. So when I say shady fiscal note, I am not talking about our nonpartisan staff. I am purely talking about the presentation of Amendment 79. And if not duplicative, it was incomplete. And the citizens of Colorado were basing their information on an incomplete document that could have been completed. There was a choice made to represent it as a single sentence in the last paragraph of what the impact would be. Not a line item of dollar signs that people would be called attention to. And certainly not one based on 12 patients, and certainly not one based on a very gross misrepresentation, underestimate of the cost of these things. Because we know as the gestation age goes on, it becomes more and more difficult to dismember that tiny human. We had examples of septic shock. We had examples that were given of skulls being left inside the mother. Now, I agree with my colleague because the Margaret Sanger genocide was by white people. So we are calling that out. That actually happened. And we are saying that is a crime. Is it predatory that 30% of the population has 50% of the feticides performed on it? That means 2.5 times. The rate is 2.5 times. That seems predatory. And that seems aligned with Margaret Sanger's vision. And anybody should know that Margaret Sanger's vision was not for the promotion of minorities in our population. It was for the eradication. And if we want to talk about education, we should talk about that. We're calling out the genocide. We're saying that shouldn't happen, and it shouldn't happen now. It shouldn't have happened years ago that people were treated as property, that humans were treated as property. Humans should not be treated as property now. Our rights are creator endowed. If you deny the fact that that life is a right, deny the fact that there's a creator, you're denying the fact that you're denying the actual premise of rights for all. Rights are very problematic in that they are either all for one or none for all. I recommend all for one. I recommend that we recognize the rights, that all the rights for everyone, instead of losing them for all.
Rep. Garcia.